Is everyone in position? Has everyone got a drink or a cup of tea, whatever time of the day it is where you are? Welcome to our very first online Songwriters Circle show. I'm Riva Taylor, and somewhere over the other side of the Atlantic is Jeff Cohen, my co-host, and we're going to do our utmost to co-host two different continents. I think somebody else is beaming in just now and wanting to say something. Obviously, it goes without saying, I hope that everybody keeps well and your families are safe at this difficult time, and that the next hour of songs and stories that you're going to hear leaves you feeling entertained and inspired. So normally we host these rounds with the brilliant Roundhouse, and because of the situation at the moment, unfortunately they've had to close their doors for the foreseeable future, but we're not forgetting that and the support they've shown us over the last couple of years while Jeff and I have been hosting these rounds. And we are going to ask you to give what you can to the Roundhouse, to donate, to support, the amazing songwriters that you're about to hear. And not only is the Roundhouse one of London's best loved performance venues, it's also a foundation and a hub for inspiring young creative talent and developing young talent. And so any donations that you can kindly give tonight will go straight back into the Roundhouse and into the future of the creative arts. So I'm going to hand you over now to the amazing Jeff Cohen, but introduce a couple of the writers we have. We have some brilliant voices tonight. We have the voices of the singer-songwriters, the front men and women, but it's just men tonight, as you can see. And we have a fantastic singer-songwriter. We have Jamie Lawson, who has joined us. Now, Jamie, are you okay there? I sense some technical issues.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, good. Can you see me?
We can see you.
Am I moving or am I?
You're moving. We just want to hear you sing sweetly.
Still. Well, that's okay. Well, that's another story. We can.
But we also have some other brilliant voices, and those are the voices of the songwriters or the co-writers, the voices that we don't always hear, but whose stories have gone on to shape some of the songs that we've grown to love, and have gone on to define careers. And Jamie Hartman, who joins us from LA, give us a wave, Jamie, is not short on a career-defining song or two. Jamie co-wrote the smash hit song Human for Rag and Bone Man, amongst others, and can't wait to hear a few of those tonight.
Hi guys.
Now on to Jeff. Jeff is not only one of Nashville's premier songwriters, he's got hundreds of credits across film and TV and has cuts with the likes of Josh Groban, Sugarland and Macy Gray, but Jeff is also one of the main pioneers of this songwriting round format, and has been coordinating rounds like this for the last 20-25 years, all around the world, from Nashville's Bluebird Cafe to the Bitter End in New York. So you're in very safe hands there. Jeff, it's over to you. Oh, Jeff's on mute. Jeff, you're on mute. While Jeff's coming off mute,
Yes,
I'm just saying, sorry, Jeff, I'm just going to say, if you do want to sponsor, I'm assuming a lot of you are watching tonight because you have come through the Roundhouse channel, so you'll know exactly where you can sponsor there, www.roundhouse.org.uk. Jeff and I have always also popped the link on our Instagram platforms, so I will also pop the link this video here so you can follow through, and please just give anything you can to support the Roundhouse tonight. Thank you very much. I'm going to go into the silence. Any questions as well, I'm going to be vetting, and I'm going to be operating as Zoom DJ while we have a few special guests popping in to jump in and sing a song for you. So over to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Riva, and thank you for for helping organize this and being the real main force in getting all the social media and done such a great job in getting it out. And thanks to the Roundhouse also. We've got a really cool show tonight. We've been hosting shows at the Roundhouse for over a year now, doing songwriters circles, songwriters rounds. And today we're specifically very, very fortunate. We have some of my favorite writers on the show, my favorite artists. We've got Mr. Jamie Lawson, Mr. Jamie Hartman, and we have two special guests who will be popping on also. So the way I like to look at the round is, I think we've talked enough already. Let's get right to the music. And maybe Jamie Hartman, you want to start us off and start us off with a bang? What do you think?
Sure, let's do that. Let's do that. Let me be the first person to screw it up, and then everybody else can relax. And hi everybody, wherever you're listening in from. Thanks to my Ben's Brother crew if you're on. Love you. Anybody else who's joining us, because it's fun to do it. I'm gonna sing this first. This again goes out to my friend Ed, who is 7 weeks into COVID-19 and the recovery, which is crazy. He's still pretty incapacitated by it, so that gives you an idea of people who really have gone through this thing. When it takes hold, it really can, as you know. It's a bit terrifying, but there is a hope to it, and he's coming out the other side of it, which is the positive end to all of this. I know it's changed everybody's lives, and will continue to. So I'm not going to keep making too many noises other than musical ones. I just wanted to send this out to anybody who's suffering or who's just at home and needs a bit of music. I wrote this one with Mr. Rory Graham, and I'm very grateful every day for what it's brought. Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this, see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm right. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look in the mirror, what you see. See it clearer, or are you deceived? What you believe, 'cause I'm only human after all. You're only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Don't ask my opinion, don't ask me to lie. Don't beg for forgiveness for making you cry. For making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Oh, some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, 'cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. I'm only human, I make mistakes. I'm only human, it's all it takes to put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. I'm no prophet or Messiah. You should go looking somewhere higher. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't don't put your blame on me. I'm only human, I do what I can. I'm just a man, I do what I can. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Right. Nice. You know, I've heard that on the radio.
Sorry, I didn't hear that one.
I said, I've heard that a few times on the radio.
Good man. Good man.
And that song's brilliant. And man, we're so happy to have Jamie here. He's one of my favorite writers and one of my best friends.
Yeah. It's a long time since we met. Long old time since we met. In Aarhus. Oh no, we went. Is that where we met? We went to Aarhus together.
We actually met. Believe it or not, I think in Manchester at one of the In the Cities.
That's right. It was a long time before that. My goodness.
Yeah,
that was our first co-writing week together. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, it was, listen, the early 60s was a great time up in Liverpool and Manchester. And, I didn't get that, I should have kept playing with those guys, those four.
Never mind. Yeah, here we are. We're still here, Jeff. We're still here.
Yeah,
that's the
exactly. Well, I'm gonna do one. I think Jamie's rebooting right now, so I'll go next, I guess. I'll play this song. The cool thing about these rounds is you never know. It's a different thing now because we don't get to actually talk to everyone after, and actually on this thing you don't even see the comments. But when I was, you never know when you write a song in your house if anyone's ever gonna hear it. And I love playing like the Bluebird and Listening Room and Bitter End, all these little, hotel cafe. And there was one time a guy came up to me after the show, before the show, and he said, "Jeff, I just want to introduce myself. I heard one of your songs a few years ago and I had the biggest crush on my best friend, this girl, and I was afraid to tell her. And after I heard the song, I just told her everything." And I just looked at him and I'm like, "Man, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't screw this up for you." And he looked at me and he goes, No, Jeff, I want to introduce you to my wife." And I was like, wow. Well, I wrote this for someone and that didn't work out, but maybe I meant to write this for Richard and Julie from Kansas. So I'll play this song right now. I think it made my sisters happy. I think they're watching because it was in Dawson's Creek and the Princess Diaries. She rolls the window down and she talks over the sound. The cars that pass us by, I don't know why she's changed my mind. Would you look at her, she looks at me, got me thinking about her constantly. She don't know how I feel. She carries on without a doubt, and I wonder if she's figured out I'm crazy for this girl. Crazy for this girl. She was the one to hold me the night the sky fell down. What was I thinking when the world didn't end? Why didn't I know what I know now? Would you look at her, she looks at me, got me thinking about her constantly. She don't know how I feel. She carries on without a doubt, and I wonder if she's figured out I'm crazy for this girl. Crazy for this girl. Right now, face to face, all my fears pushed aside. Right now, I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with you. Would you look at her, she looks at me, I feel carries on without a doubt, and I wonder if she's figured out. Crazy for this girl, crazy for this girl. Thanks. I might have to move the camera here so you can see the guitar.
Yeah, Jeff, beautiful. I love that song. I was singing along in here, but I was playing piano along with you there just for a minute. I couldn't help myself.
That would have been cool.
I just had to mute it because I knew it would be out of time with you, but it was great.
It's okay.
Just in time.
Just in time. Jamie's back.
Hello. How are we?
It's your turn.
Are you okay? It's my turn.
It is your turn, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jamie Lawson.
Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you for having me along. It's nice to be here. Are you all okay? Because it was a bit funny there for me. Everything was a bit, well, you know, computery. Yeah. Anyway, here we are. So I sing you a song. That's the general idea, right?
Yeah. I mean, you have the option. You have the option to.
I'll do
We'd
that.
love to hear a story. We'd love to hear the story behind it as well, if there's a story.
Yeah, we can
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So I'll do a song called Cold in Ohio. I wrote it with the singer Kim Ritchie, who's an amazing country Americana singer. And I'd been to see her play. She played at the Slaughtered Lamb in London. You know that place?
Mm-hmm.
And we were walking back to the tube station and someone asked her if it was cold. Is it cold in Ohio? And she said, yes, it is. And my immediate thought was, well, I'm not going there then. And the line, it's cold in Ohio, so I'm not going there, I thought was quite cool. And that was the main chorus for my song. And I actually got to write it with Kim. Kim came over to my house. I showed her the chords and stuff. And she kind of liked the idea. So we kind of worked it all out. And Kim's an amazing writer. She comes up with great lines like, love is shifting sand, not much to believe in. And I thought, well, that's as good as it gets, really. That's as good as it gets. So,
beautiful.
So this is Cold in Ohio. I'll sing this for you. The city's always moving. Nothing stays still. Somebody's always leaving. Someone always will. There are airplanes taking off and landing. Lovers left behind without understanding. And it's cold in Ohio, so I'm not going there. It's cold in Bostic Station, the middle of nowhere. It's cold in New York City with that north wind blowing through. And it's cold in Ohio, it's warm here next to you. I understand your worrying, I know the feeling. Love is always shifting, sand is not much to believe in. These are the times we're living in, this is the way of the world now. But I'm not giving in, and I know that you don't know how. And it's cold in Ohio, so I'm not going there. It's cold in Bostic Station, the middle of nowhere. It's cold in New York City with that north wind blowing through. It's cold in Ohio, it's warm here next to you. Let the snow fall down, let the wind blow through. Oh, it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter now. It's cold in Ohio, so I'm not going there. It's cold in Bostic Station, the middle of nowhere. It's cold in New York City with that north wind blowing through. It's cold in Ohio, but it's warm here. next to you, oh, next to you. It's cold in New York City with a north wind blowing through. It's cold in Ohio, it's warm here next to you. It's cold in Ohio, it's warm here next to you. Oh, next to you.
Yeah. And this is always fun watching.
Beautiful. We can clap from here. We can all clap. That's lovely. That's gorgeous song. Beautiful, Jamie.
Absolutely.
While I was singing that, all I had was Jamie on my screen, just moving around his flat.
Sorry.
That was
yeah,
nice.
I was actually tuning my guitar, thinking, "Oh, have I got time to?" And then the lady next door has started doing her hoovering, which is really helpful. I was going to do this from my own studio in the garage, and then I realised that they're putting a roof on a house behind this as well. So there's a nail gun going boom, boom, boom every sort of 15 seconds.
You have surely a few tears coming from a room next door. I hear that you've just had a little one.
Yes.
Lawson.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Congrats! Amazing.
Thank you.
Really?
Yeah, he's 12 weeks old.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Which is probably why I look so tired.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Don't worry,
So,
it doesn't
yeah.
get better. It doesn't get easier.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
No,
no, you're all good. Amazing. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's very kind.
Yeah, Jamie, I actually moved from my studio area because there were trucks coming in and out, and I kept hearing all this noise, and I'm like, I'm going to move more towards the dining room area today for this show.
Moving from one wing to the other wing of the house. And no, mate, I get it. Trust me. I just didn't want to tell 15 guys sitting on a rooftop with a nail gun that they had to shut up for the next hour and a half. I just didn't figure it was sensible, prudent, or going to be listened to.
Absolutely.
You don't understand. This is important. We're going live in a few minutes. I didn't think that was going to somehow fly.
They could have simply distantly sat around you and watched.
Yeah, I was going to set our little dog on them, but I don't think that would have worked either. What a lovely thing to do, by the way. Thanks again to Riva and to Jeff for organising this, and big love to the Roundhouse, because it's such a classic, iconic venue, and it's such a good cause. Everybody's feeling the pinch on this, so it's just important to for us to all throw stuff out there and support each other at the moment. I know it's a lovely thing to do. You can't see it properly. I just want to mention that my baseball cap is covering my Tiger King's mullet that I'm busy growing underneath this hat. It's going to come out sideways here, so it's either going to be on that, or I'm going to audition for the mayor of Schitt's Creek, the sheriff of Schitt's Creek. I don't know whether you guys have seen that show, but it's quite funny. We just started watching that, so a big shout out to them for making us laugh the last few days. How do you want to do it, Jeff? Do you want me to do another one now, or do you want to get somebody else in?
Oh, what do you think? Should we do a guest before each round? Maybe that's the move, Riva, because we're running way ahead of time. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Can Riva hear us? I think you're on mute, Riva.
She's muted.
I'm muted.
Riva, there you go.
I was being polite. Absolutely, let's go for it.
Yeah, let's call in Jenn.
Let's call in Jenn. Do you want to give Jenn a little introduction, and I'll
I certainly will. One of the great things about being a songwriter, as I said, I started super late. I started full time when I was almost 34. Is I've gotten a chance to write with some amazing talents like the two Jamies here and Riva. And in the last while, I've really gotten a chance to write a lot with a songwriter artist who lives based in Nashville, who's had a lot of success in the UK. I mean, she's toured, she's had great radio success over there, and she's just one of my favorite writers. And recently we wrote one of favorite songs I've ever been a part of, and I just would love to call Jenn Bostic on to play that song tonight. I'm so used to playing.
Guys, I just want to check one thing. Is the link definitely working? So I've got a few people trying to get in touch with us saying that they can't. It isn't Can we just check that we...
The link is live on Facebook. So the link in Jeff's page is definitely through.
Yeah,
it's live on Facebook. Can we send out a quick reminder to people how they get on here, just in case that they can't find it on YouTube? So it's live on Facebook.
Yeah, no, Jamie, I had to do the same. I got a few emails. I put up the Facebook link on my Facebook page and on my Instagram page. So there should be a link on there. The YouTube link I don't think is working well.
Oh, okay. So hang on. So it's the Facebook link. So if we can go to your Facebook link page now.
Yeah,
you don't mind. The only place I am going to be listening, but I've got to go and sort a few people out who are trying to listen but can't. So forgive me if I disappear for a second.
This is the time to bring Jenn up then.
Perfect.
We'll bring Jenn up.
Oh, there she is, ladies and gentlemen, Jenn Bostic.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
You guys sound amazing. This is fun. Great way to spend an afternoon.
Where are you?
I'm in Nashville.
I like the screen behind you. It's very cool.
It's my wall.
One of those cool Zoom screens. I have to say out, yeah.
But Jenn, I was telling everyone that I've so enjoyed writing with you, over the years, and you're one of the most talented, hardest working people I know, and it's done well in the UK and Nashville. And it's not always that you get to write a song with someone and you just really, really, you feel great about it. And I'd love you to take it from there. And
awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting me hop on here. I feel the same way about this song. I love it. It definitely is one of my favorites I wrote last year, and I'm glad we got to do it together. So this song is called Let the Light In. I've been disappointed. I've seen people who I trust to diamonds in the dust out of nowhere. My heart's been hardened. I've drank from an empty cup, but I'm not giving up. I'm just getting started. We all need something to believe in. So in a world where the darkness is deceiving, if you feel love, don't you waste it. Have some faith and give it away. If you feel love, don't deny it. Don't you hide it. Don't wait. If you want to feel the shine, let the light in. What you're looking for, you'll find. Let the light in. If you want somebody by your side, let the light in. Let the light in. Let the light in. Let the light in. It's never easy, but it's not supposed to be. Some apologies go unspoken. Don't hold your breath, 'cause you can't live if you don't breathe. Hearts were built to be broken. We all need something to believe in. So while you're looking for a reason, if you feel love, don't you waste it. Have some faith and hold on. If you feel love, don't you fight it. Don't deny it too long. If you want to see the shine, let the light in. What you're looking for, you'll find. Let the light in. If you want somebody by your side, let the light in. Let the light in. Let the light in. Let the light in. Yeah, let the light in. 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 Let the light in.
Right.
hop on.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Very fun.
Yeah, that was great, Jen. And for all of you watching in the UK, you know, when we're allowed to get back and traveling, Jen tours the UK all the time. So keep an eye out for her, and it's worth going down for the show.
Well, thanks, guys. I'm gonna hop off and watch the rest on Facebook, but keep giving us great music.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, Jen. It's lovely to listen.
Bye.
Thanks. All right, I believe it is Mr. Jamie Hartman's time.
So back when I was Ben's brother, as an artist, this was one of the songs that kind of started it for us and was recognized as one of the better ones. So I'm going to try and keep it, trying to give you the best stuff we have. I've got 3 songs to do it. This is a song called "Let Me Out." You sit and you stare and you wait and you wonder if maybe it's me and I'm being a fool. You start to believe it's a curse that you're under, and you're just a doll for a girl who is cruel with a pen. So let me out, or let me in. Tell me how we can win, 'cause I really wanna know now before I begin. Oh, to let you go, so let me know. Let me know. I'd rather be wandering, hungry and homeless, than here in the warmth of silent defeat. 'Cause you gotta be honest with me and be ruthless. Oh, instead of shifting uncomfortably back in your seat and your skin. So let me out, or let me in, and tell me how we can win. 'Cause I really wanna know now before I begin. Oh, to let you go, to let you go. So let me know. Who'd have thought I have the strength to say, let me out, or let me in. And as some words are forming in my mouth, I want to say them again and again and again. Oh, let me out, or let me in. Oh, no, no, tell me how we can win. Oh, no, I want to know now before I begin. Oh, to let you go, to let you go. Oh, let me know.
Nice.
Thank you, Jamie.
Okay. Good.
We had a request for that one in.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay.
John has also
one fan requested one song, and I got it right. We only have one fan, we only have one song, so it was a pretty fair guess.
You know what,
There
Jamie?
you go.
I'm going to tell you a story because I caught up with the ex-chairman of EMI, and I know we were both signed to EMI at the same time. So, you know, we chat every now and again, and he noticed that you have the credit on my forthcoming album. He said, "Oh, Jamie, Ben's brother, I still listen to that album. I think Let Me Out, Let Me In is the biggest piece of genius," and I had to agree with him. And he couldn't believe that more people hadn't heard that, but they had. It was the soundtrack
Well,
that I used.
wasn't it?
Pass that on to you because.
Oh, so they let him out of the asylum then briefly today to talk to you. I'm only kidding. No, I'm very grateful. That's really touching. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was very, very. It was one of those lovely things when that song. I gave away another very precious song to me, to an artist, Will Young, that people over here wouldn't know, but in order to get to the next point in my life, you know, I held on to that song. I was like, oh no, they can't have that song. And then a good friend of mine, Tina Harris, said, give that song away because you'll have a moment. You'll find a way to get another one. I'm hearing Jeff. I think it's Jeff. Somebody's turned up way loud. But so I'll stop going on. But it was just an interesting one. I kept hold of that song, "Let Me Out," and it was the one that, you know, at least it felt great to us, and it was lovely to be able to tour with that song with the guys in the band for a few years off the back of it. So I'm very grateful to the head of EMI for the opportunity. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. Big love, Jeff. Off you go, mate. Sorry.
No, listen, I still play the Ben's Brother records all the time. I mean, to me, it's a really cool thing when you can be driving in your car, you can listen. I've got it on my I still get the CD. I'm still that person who wakes up in the morning and looks at the wall of CDs and chooses one when I take my shower and get ready, or before a show to get ready. But when I'm in the car, I have my favorite CDs are all, you know, on my iPhone, and I've got all the Ben's Brother stuff on there. And it's cool when you're driving around and you forget that it's your friend's record and you're just singing along.
Mate, this is, with that in mind, go and check out Questions and Answers that Jeff and I did on our second album, but also another shameless plug for a good friend of ours in in the Faroe Islands, that when I met Jeff, just want to say, and to return the compliment, Jeff and I started writing together. We went on my first ever writing camp, and I was listening to other people doing their thing, and I sat down and this guy started playing called Teitur, T-E-I-T-U-R, and we were all completely blown away by this guy, T-E-I-T-U-R. He was phenomenally good, one of those ridiculous talents that everyone just went, and I had to follow it. I know, I think I was like, anyway, Jeff and he wrote, I don't know, 8 songs on the first album, 6, 7, 8 songs on the first album by Teitur. It's called Poetry and Airplanes. If you haven't heard Poetry and Airplanes, the album by T-E-I-T-U-R, after this, or just write it down, I promise you will go, that's mind-bogglingly good. It's a record that John Mayer said pours jet fuel on the fire of a broken heart, and then he took him on tour because he loved it that much. So, Jeff, there's a little love letter from me to you, and to Teitur. So at some point we've got to have him on one of these. But yeah, anyway, talking about listening to other records and everything else.
Man, you know what I'll do? I'm going to go off script, and I will play a Teitur song then. I wasn't going to do this. I will play one. You just played one of my favorite songs. I'll play one. I don't play this very often anymore, but I will do this. This song, a little backstory. I've been very lucky. And as I said, that's one of the coolest things about being a songwriter is you get to work with awesome artists. And to me, it's fun to play and do this, but for me to sit in an audience and watch someone like a Jamie Lawson or a Teitur sing, or Jamie Hartman, is just, that's what makes me the most excited, is to be able to work with people and hear the songs. Teitur and I, we've had about 20, 25 songs on his records over 16 years now. And I'll play this from the Poetry and Airplanes record, because I know Jamie likes this one. And this song has been in a few movies. It's been in Super Ex-Girlfriend. It was in a movie called Aquamarine, which had the greatest review in the New York Times. It said this movie's not just for 11-year-old girls, it's also for 12 and 13-year-old girls. And then the big break we had was it was slotted to be the wedding song for Monica and Chandler in Friends. And we were pretty pumped. And that was a definite lesson to not count your blessings until it's either on Oh, we got a call about 2 weeks or 3 weeks before it was supposed to go on, and they changed it to Phil Collins' Groovy Kind of Love.
Oh no, this is so amazing. I love Phil Collins, but oh my God, this song is one of the absolute classics.
I'm going to play this song, and I changed the title to Not So Groovy Kind of Love in honor of Phil for this. No, I'm kidding. This song is called Landing Where You Are. It's also, the record label made Titer change the title to One and Only, and it's actually kind of cool, because when we wrote this, I told him we can't call the song One and Only Love, because it's a done title. So Titer told the record label, my writer said he won't allow it to be called One and Only Love. And the record label goes, well, he didn't say it wasn't going to be called One and Only, so you're calling it that. And at that point, I was like, fine. See if I remember. I haven't played this in a while. Okay. I've been wishing on a star, but I could never have imagined I'd be landing where you are after all this lonesome traveling. Took one look in your eyes, reached out to hold your hand. This is when I realized what I could never understand. Do you want to be my one and only love? Do you want to be my one and only love? So you want to be my friend, so you want to be my lover. With you I do confess, I can't be one without the other. That was hard for me to say, I hope I said it right, whichever come what may. You see, I need to know tonight. Do you want to be my one and only love? Do you want to be my one and only love? So do you want to play these cards? Do you want to lay them down? Do you want to run away? Do you want to stick around? Do you want to be my one and only love? Do you want to be my one and only love? I remembered it. It's been a while.
Oh.
Yes.
That one kills me. Amazing chords, crazy chords, beautiful, just beautiful melodies.
Thank you, thank you. No, working with Titer is so much fun. He's a genius.
Go and check him out, guys. TEITUR, Poetry and Aeroplanes. It will not disappoint you. There are so many great songs in it. Sorry, just interjecting one more time.
Thank you. Mr. Jamie Lawson.
Jamie Lawson.
Hello. Oh, that was wonderful. I'm also a big Taito fan, so that was fantastic.
Awesome.
Lovely to hear that. Okay, I'll sing a song. I'm going to sing a song off a record. I made a record called Happy Accidents. And this is a song I wrote with Johnny McDade of Snow Patrol and Ed Sheeran of Ed Sheeran. And Ed is a very, very fast writer. He assumes and expects to write 3 or 4 songs a day. I would be happy with 1 song every 2 or 3 days. But he has a kind of, instinct and what's the word? Kind of just focus that just kind of spews these things out and out and out. So it's pretty special to watch. Say again?
I said he's done all right also.
He's not bad, yeah. He's quite prolific. Yes.
I think this is going to be his year. I think this and yet next year he's really going to come into his own. I think it's, if you haven't heard of him, guys, go check out. His name's Ed Sheeran. He's going to be massive.
Yeah, anytime now. So I've been very blessed. I've been very lucky. Ed has taken me around the world, so I'm very grateful to him. But so we wrote this song called Can't See Straight. And he came up with this he came in back into the room after lunch. We'd already written 1 song with this. I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. Yeah, you make my head spin with the things that you do. And then I managed to squeeze in these chords. I feel dizzy when you tell me that you love me too. Which is very on Ed Sheeran. So I was really chuffed that I got it in there, just to put in some kind of me and just a little bit of classic. It also contains the word discombobulation. And I don't know any other song that has the word discombobulation in it. So it's either really cool or really dumb. I don't know, but it's in there. I said it as a joke because we needed an Asian rhyme. And I laughed and said, oh, we're going to go with discombobulation. And Johnny McDade went, yes. And I got stuck with it. And there was, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so this is called Can't See Straight. Shooting stars shining down on your face, dancing on the moonlight with you. You keep me calm when I'm a certain disgrace. You keep me on my toes with your moves. You turn me inside out and outside in. Give my heart palpitations, keep my pulse racing. Oh, and I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. Yeah, you make my head spin with the things that you do. I feel dizzy when you tell me you love me too. And I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. You're making magic on me under your spell. Girl, you got the music in you. Falling for you, I know that you can tell, 'cause you're reciprocating it too. You turn me upside down and downside up. You give me an education now to fall in love. Oh, and I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. Yeah, you make my head spin with the things that you do. I feel dizzy when you tell me you love me too. And I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. Oh no.
Houdini. Oh, he's
Wow,
back.
that was so good. Just overpowered the
Amazing.
internet.
What a finish. What a finish. And you did a Houdini disappear for the very, very end as well. Wow.
Wow.
You got you back.
Oh, wow.
You got you back. That was beautiful, man. Beautiful. You're gonna, we shouldn't cut you short. There's extra bits.
Yeah, keep going if there's more.
Got the gist of it.
Oh man! Well, it was an amazing use of the word discombobulation in that song.
It was. We're getting some fantastic comments here, which you guys are going to have to read after.
Oh please, yeah. Let us know what's going on, Riva. Tell us what we're
going on. But it's being called the best day on lockdown so far. So you guys,
look at that.
You guys have got it. That's from
my mum. Mum, thanks for that. Mum, you're a sweetheart.
There are a couple of Hartmans popping up. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, I told everybody. I mean, the whole crew. Yeah.
So I'll keep feeding those in, but just wanted to say that there's a lot of love.
I do think that my mom and sisters are on. If they figured out a way, I know you can get onto your website. It directs it there to get on.
Yeah.
So I know
probably. They are. It's just we're getting a lot of comments here, so there's a lot of scrolling to be done. But please keep them coming, and I'll continue to ask questions. Are we going to special guest?
I think it's time for another special guest. I like this party crowd.
Because they have been hiding in the wings for a little.
Jeff, are we going up the road in Nashville?
We are going down the street from me. A man who
I'm excited about this.
Jamie, I met this guy in '94 when I was playing in Norway, and my friend said, "I've got a friend in Norway. He can come to your show." So I invited him to my show, and he's like, "Oh man, I don't know if I can get there." And I'm like, he goes, "I've got to work." And I said, "Well, the show's at 8." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I live in Stavanger." Now, I was playing in Oslo. That's like in America, someone in New York asking someone in Chicago to come to a show, or someone in London asking someone in like Glasgow to come to a show that night. I did not know he did not live in that city, but he said he was coming to America to see the World Cup in New York about a month later. And I'm like, man, we have to hook up and meet up and hang. I'll take you out to good places. And I think we and his friends went out 5 nights in a row, and he picked up a guitar one night and started playing. And at the time I was director of BMI, and I was like, wow, we need to get you a record deal. And this guy worked really hard, put a great band together called the Getaway People. And next thing you know, they had a deal.
He's also this tall for anybody else who deals with him. It's like, hey man, and you look up, you're like, hey, how are you, man? He's a huge Norwegian. He's a beautiful human being. I'm so excited to see him on here. That's awesome.
Hopefully you'll be able to see him on it. Should we just bring him on and I'll continue to talk about him? But he's gone on. His band, the Getaway People, opened up for Dave Matthews for a while. There he is, Mr. Boots. And,
yes.
Same size on here.
Yeah, Bootsy.
Hey.
Yes. So this guy opened up. His band opened up for Dave Matthews. He's gone on to written big songs for Andy Grammer and Jesse McCarthy and you name it. He's had
Robbie Williams.
Well, I was going to get to that.
I jumped in. I'm too excited. I can't help it. I'm too excited.
He's been the voice of many commercials that you've heard and didn't even realize it was him singing. But more than that, he's Jamie and I have known him for years. He's one of our best friends and our favorite writers. And he wrote a song that did quite well around the world. And we'd love to have him play it for this artist. I think his name is Robbie Williams, right? Boots, you want to take it from here? Mr. Boots.
Yes, sure. It's been wonderful hearing you all. Can you see me on there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We got
so I actually met Robbie in New York like 15, 20 years ago, and we were writing for a whole week, and we just weren't coming up with the goods. I was with this co-writer called Ashley Hamilton. Robbie had gone home, and we came up with this chorus that goes, "Come undone." And we immediately called Robbie, who'd settled in for the night. We played it over the phone for him. He's like, "I'm coming down, come in." And that was it, basically. He came down, we wrote the song, we recorded all the parts at a demo studio, and that's basically on the record. That is the record. So here goes, Come Undone. La, 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 la. So unimpressed, but so in awe. Such a saint, but such a whore. So self-aware, so full of shit. So indecisive, so at a man. I'm contemplating, thinking about thinking. It's overrated, just getting out of drinking. Watch me come undone. They're selling razor blades and mirrors in the street. I pray when I'm coming down, you'll be asleep. If I ever hurt you, your revenge will be so sweet. Because I'm scum, I'm your son. Come undone. So rock and roll, so corporate suit. So damn ugly, so damn cute. So well-trained, so animal. So need your love, so fuck you all. See, I'm not scared of dying, I just don't want to. If I stop lying, I just disappoint you. I come undone, the selling razor blades and mirrors in the street. I pray when I'm coming down, you'll be asleep. If I ever hurt you, your revenge will be so sweet. Because I'm scum, and I'm your son. I come undone. So write another ballad, mix it on a Wednesday, sell it on a Thursday, buy it up by Sunday. It's a love song, a love song. Do another interview, send virtual live, tell about celebrities that I despise and sing love songs. We can sing love songs so sincere. Whoa. They're selling razor blades and mirrors in the street. I pray when I'm coming down, you'll be asleep. If I ever hurt you, your revenge will be so sweet. Because I'm scum, and I'm your son. I come undone. I come undone. I come undone. I come undone.
Oh yeah. Put my mic back on so you can hear me. Beautiful, mate.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Mr. B. Thank you for
Thanks
joining
having
us.
me on, guys.
Oh, mate, it's good to see your face. You guys okay? You guys okay?
Yeah, everyone's fine. Surprisingly.
Good, good. Stay
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And Boots, before you leave, how about a little connection you have to the Roundhouse?
Well, I'm going to show my age. I worked a lot in the Roundhouse back in the mid 80s. I was making records down there in a pop group, and it was a great time because we were so young. It was so exciting. You're in this massive SSL studio, and we were like kids in a candy store. And I have really, really fond memories from recording there back in the day.
That's cool. That's cool. And then again, everyone get to hear. I mean, he's the guy that wrote "Come Undone" right there, and it's awesome to have you down here. And I'll probably see you tomorrow when you pass by on your walk. Or
There you,
when
there you go.
I have to say, with regards to the Roundhouse, I have amazing memories of gigs there, but I also must admit to anybody from the Roundhouse community watching, I have probably taken a pee along that wall at some point when I was drunk after a show and all the bathrooms were full. Maybe even thrown up outside somewhere along the wall at some point in my youth, because it was Camden and it was incredible and it was wild times, and everybody was a little bit wilder back then and a little bit less grey than we are now. But yes, apologies to the Roundhouse and big love for all the shows and maybe throwing up on your wall.
I have the button here.
Well, this is your way of giving back, Jamie.
So this is my way to say sorry, and we're here to support the Roundhouse, and we love you. I will never throw up outside you again. I'm sure other people will. Let's make sure they have the opportunity to, if they really need to, by making sure that the Roundhouse stays open, everybody, and giving some money towards it and everything else. And people like Bootsy coming on, it's just a joy.
Thank
a joy.
You. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Boots.
Absolutely, Boots.
Love you, mate.
Bye.
And Riva, I think we have time for one more each, right?
We do. On that
Yeah.
note, I'm going to say again, I'm putting the link to the Roundhouse, the way that you can sponsor tonight. Any donation, big or small, it's very, very welcome and greatly received, I know, by everyone at the Roundhouse. Yeah, time for one more.
Okay. Have we got Mr. Lawson? Is he still in town? He's here, is he, right?
He's there. I see him.
And he is.
Hi.
I can't see him. Oh, you can see him. Okay. So,
Hello, yes, I am here.
Good man. Just checking. I didn't want to lose you because I can only see 4 on my screen. There you are. I haven't got the gallery view. We're on my phone. Forgive me. I was going to do 2 other songs. I was going to choose between 2. And like Jeff, I might have to change my mind because my little brother just texted me and it came up and went bing in the middle of Bootsy's song and asked me to sing this song, which is off our first record, again, the Ben's Brother record. I was going to play a little bit of All Time Love, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play a song called... I'll tell you what, I'm going to do 1 verse and 1 chorus of each. Is that okay? Because then it's the same amount of time. So,
I mean, Jamie, I'll be honest, I really don't have any...
sometimes you walk by the good ones, 'cause you're trying too hard to see them. And sometimes you don't find the right lines, 'cause you're trying too hard to hear them. But you know what it feels like, 'cause you're like me. You won't give up till an all time love, 'cause nothing else is good enough. I want an all time love to find me. So that's the first half. And then I'm going to flip to a Ben's Brother song called God by Another Name. This one's for my little brother.
Oh, yeah.
What if life wasn't long and everybody got just a single word? But you wasted the moment alone and spent your whole time thinking, why should I need love? And look above to the sky and beyond, 'cause you don't know what you got till it's gone. Believe me, everybody needs a lover sometimes. You are mine, my God by another name. Everybody needs a lover sometimes. You are mine, shelter from the rain outside. What if life You didn't really know how to start it. But you sit in your car like a clown and get out and walk to the nearest crowded bar and kiss them out, make it smile and be proud that at least you had a good time for a while. Believe me, everybody needs a lover sometimes. You were mine, got by another name. Everybody needs a lover sometimes. You were mine, shelter from the rain. Outside. And if you hold on to me now and never let go, then I guess the least will know the sense that it'll make. Oh, 'cause everybody needs a lover sometime. You were mine, I got by another name. Everybody needs a lover sometime. You are mine, shelter from the rain. Outside, but you stay. Okay, I've forgotten it all. I had to remember it. Anyway, there you go. Sorry, I nicked a little extra half a minute.
Oh, no.
Outrageous.
Brilliant. The best end to
Thank
a
you.
chorus, said Stephanie Shorts.
Yeah,
glad
no,
they-
as I said, there's, none of us are really going anywhere and have a lot of plans today. I think we're okay.
Okay, good.
So let's see. I got 3 text requests, and I'm going to do this one. It's another one that I wrote back in the early 60s, late 50s when I was in Liverpool. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do this one. I actually was going to do a country song, just in case any of the, not that my stuff's incredibly country, but being in Nashville, I thought it might be a good call, but people request multiple times, I will do this song. This is a song that I never used to play live. It was recorded by an artist who sings incredibly with more range than I do. And I got an email from a woman, some of you have heard this, about a few years ago, saying that her husband had come down with early set dementia in his early 40s, and he didn't speak, he didn't talk, but occasionally he'd sing. And they had 2-year-old and 4-year-old daughters, and they would say, Mom, Dad's giving a concert, and they would all watch this guy sing. And he would sing Bocelli and Sarah Brightman and opera. And apparently the evening he passed away, he actually called his wife over to him, and he put his hand on her heart, and he actually said the words to this song word for word, and it's the only time he spoke in 2 years. And he passed away that night. And I mean, I remember reading this and just being blown away. As I said before, you never know when you write something. And I wrote the lyric on this an apartment that was, as big as a Pepsi Coke bottle. I mean, it was like so small. It was as big as the computer screen, never thinking anyone would hear this. And so we kept in touch, and she wrote me to ask if how much it would cost to reprint the lyrics. She wanted to write a book about her husband. And I said, you're not paying me anything, and please send me a copy of the book, and if there's anything we can do to help, let us know. And she goes, I see you play live sometimes. I don't see you ever play this. Would you play this live and dedicate it to him? And I said, well, obviously you've seen me sing, so that's a very big gamble there, because this was recorded by Josh Groban, and Josh can go for notes that I don't even, I can hear, but I can't actually, it goes here, but it doesn't come out here. So I said I'll try it. So I turned the song into more of a James Taylor, Jackson Browne song. And the song is called In Her Eyes. So I will give this a shot. Yes. She stares through my shadow. She sees something more, believes there's a light in me. She is sure, and her truth makes me stronger. Does she realize I wake every morning with her strength by my side? I am not a hero. I am not an angel. I am just a man who's trying to love her, unlike any other. And in her eyes, I am. Yeah, this world keeps on spinning. Only she stills my heart. She's my inspiration. She's my northern star. I don't count my possessions, but all I call mine, I will give her completely till the end of all time. And I am not a hero. I am not an angel. I am just a man who's trying to love her, unlike any other. And in her eyes, I am. And in her eyes, I see the skies and all I'll ever be. In her eyes, time passes by, and she is with me. I am not a hero. I am not an angel. I am just a man who's trying to love her, unlike any other. And in her eyes, I am. Thanks.
Yes!
Beautiful.
This is you, Jeff. This is you in my eyes, right here. That's
Wow,
you.
that is the most likeness to me of any statue I've ever seen. Thank you.
I did have it modeled on you. This is a couple of years ago when we first last saw each other. I definitely took a little snapshot where you were standing in the park after you just scored a hoop from a few yards. And there we go. So I just wanted to make sure that you've seen that. And that's how we all think of you right now.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I knew I recognized myself right there. Thank you.
In my eyes, that's who you are, right there.
Thank you very much, Jamie. And thank you for everyone who requested that song. And I always send that out to Mary in Melbourne, Australia. And now I think we are in for a treat, Riva.
We are in for a treat. There seems to be a blank screen.
Oh no.
Jamie is taking.
Jamie, are you there?
So we're going to have to do a bit of entertaining until we get him back.
Is Jamie, is he not? Are you there, Jamie?
Hello, yes.
Oh, he's there.
Oh, there he is. The screen froze. That's all it is. The screen.
Okay, yeah, all three of your screens are frozen. I haven't seen you move for about 5 or 10 minutes now. So
oh dear.
I haven't moved for 10 minutes.
I am hearing everything, but just not, I can't, no one's moving. So will I do something or will I bail out?
I think we purge onward.
Yeah, 100%.
Purge on. Okay, sure. No worries. But you can't see me, is that correct?
Well, It's not you who's on the screen. I don't know who that guy is.
You're on the screen, but for me, you're sitting in one very still position. You haven't moved for about 8 minutes, but it is definitely you.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Showstopper, Amy, now.
Say again, Riva.
You're the showstopper. You're the grand finale.
Literally. Yeah, literally the showstopper. Yeah. I don't think that was the idea when they came up with that, saying.
Riva, is it worth logging out and logging back on, or just play the song?
Jamie, I think try logging back on, yeah, off and on.
All right, sure, I'll do that. No worries. I'll try again. Here we go.
Okay.
In 2 seconds.
Because I think we're all going to want to hear this last song.
And see it.
Because he just played a chord. We definitely want to hear it.
And see it. Little shout out to all of our friends who are watching and all the people that are listening while Jamie's just logging on. It's been we can't see you. The only thing I'm getting is the odd text here and there from people, but we hope you're enjoying this. And I again want to say thanks to Riva and Jeff for putting this on the Roundhouse, and to Jamie for joining us, and Boots, and Jenn, all of everybody who's been involved. It's been great. It's been fun to do. I'm sorry for kicking my kids out of their playroom, but it had to be done. We were supposed to be sitting there watching something on the computer, but they can wait.
Thank you for joining, Jamie, because we've
it's so fun.
wanted you to join at the Roundhouse, but obviously now you're over in LA, it's not so easy.
Next time.
And when we're all
I'll be there. I'll be there with my mask, my guitar, and my pick.
And I'm sorry this hasn't managed to go through to our second platform, YouTube, tonight, but this will be up within the hour after this, so you can relive it.
Well, this is the first time. This is also the first time, Riva and I have been doing a show with the Roundhouse, and they've been gracious enough to let us do it there. And in considering the times right now, we thought it might be a nice idea to take it online and take it viral, viral. I'm thinking.
Can't use that expression anymore, Jeff.
Yes, exactly. We can't. Yeah, exactly. Virtual. So this is the first, and well, there he is. The virus is in your house, right there.
This is a terrible thing. This is what we realised we bought this about 6 months ago when we bought our dog, and this is a dog toy. So it wasn't our dog that started it. It was a Chinese laboratory. I can definitely 100% confirm it was a laboratory created virus. It wasn't my dog messing around over here. But yeah, for some reason this showed up in our house. I don't like to make light of these things because I know how many people are going through it. But yeah, we're just filling a bit of time. I think Jamie's back on. There he is. There he is. He's back.
Hello. Am I?
Yes. We can hear you. Kind of.
Touching on Dalek.
Change.
Did the gamble pay off? Can we hear Jamie? Uh-oh.
One thing that might help is if the wife is streaming in the other room, she might want to not do that. She might be taking precious bandwidth.
While Jamie's figuring that out, we'll also say that we do plan on doing this again, the online Songwriters. We have Riva started an Instagram page, correct?
Yeah. It's the Online Songwriters Circle, and the information will be going on there. In fact, it's been lovely because this week we've been putting up throwbacks to all our other writers' rounds up there as well. So
yeah, some great writers like Sasha Skarbek has played, and the Shires, and Fiona Bevan, and Sarah Darling, and Jim Duguid, and James Walsh has played. And 20 played. She was great and
amazing. I haven't seen this, guys. I'm excited now. I'm going to go back and check this all out. I haven't seen that page.
Chris Barron from the Spin Doctors, Jeff Trott, who wrote all the Sheryl Crow songs with her, played. We've had a great lineup, and we'll get some more wonderful writers. But today's a special show, and we got some of our favorite people on there. So, talking about that, can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Jamie?
Uh-oh.
If this
that
is
doesn't.
Jamie, number 2, do you have a
I've got a little something. You know what we've got? we've definitely got time. I've got a little something I can play while we're waiting. I don't want to. I can play something while we're waiting if you want.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe Jamie can play one while we're waiting for Jamie Lawson.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play a little, one of my favorite songs, but it's not by me. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind's held heavy on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. If you go where the snowflakes storm, when the river's freezing, summer ends, please see if she has a coat so warm to keep her from the howling winds. Please see for me if her hair's hanging on. It rolls and flows on down the breast. Yeah, please see for me if her hair's hanging on. 'Cause that's the way I remember her best. I'm wondering if she remembers me at all. Oh, many times I've often prayed in the darkness of my night, and in the brightness of my day. So if you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, well, remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Just as a little segue in between from this bit of Bob Dylan. Can't go wrong really with him.
I've been texting with Jamie, and I think he's going to try one more time to get on, and if not, we'll just call it an evening or an afternoon, wherever you're living.
We're all rooting for you, Jamie. We want to hear this.
Yeah.
We do.
Hopefully we'll maybe try one more time.
One thing we could possibly do while we're here, we could just do. Is there a way of making sure that everybody knows how to donate and give to the cause?
Absolutely. I've been updating the conversation underneath our video.
Awesome.
But yeah, just to remind everybody, www.roundhouse.org UK. You can donate there directly. Jeff and I have also put it on our personal Instagram pages. So that's Jeff Cohen Music, and that's Riva Taylor. It's also on the Songwriters, the brand new Songwriters Circle, online Songwriters Circle Instagram page. Please do donate.
You'll recognize the yellow picture.
Hello.
Oh, there he is. Let's see. I think it's working.
Hey, we got him. We got somebody. We got him back.
Can you hear
You
me?
hear us?
Yes, we got you.
Do you?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Is the video working?
So. Yes, it is. You're waving now.
Yeah.
I feel like you're the guy from The Princess Bride where you don't know if he can actually get out of the bed or not. And then he lifts his hand and waves. And there you were. It works. You're alive. You're playing.
We're gonna all
Well,
mute.
that's good.
Jamie.
Say that again, Riva. Sorry.
All mute for you.
Or
Okay.
mute for me. Okay. All right, I'll sing a song and we'll hopefully get through it. And if we don't, we don't. And thank you for having me here anyway. I really appreciate it. And it's been wonderful to hear you all. So thanks. So here's a song called Wasn't Expecting That. I wrote it in 2010 in October. What can I say about it? It's one of those songs, as a songwriter, you're pretty much always, I think, listening to other people's conversations or tuning slightly. You're never 100% in your own conversation, just in case you hear a phrase that someone says that you might, think would be useful. And this is one of those situations. So somebody said this to me in a conversation and I immediately went into my songwriting space in my head while that other person carried on talking, and then took that songwriting space back. And the next day wrote most of this song. So I'll just play it in case everything kind of buggers up again. So anyway, here we go. It was only a smile, but my heart it went wild, and I wasn't expecting that. Just a delicate kiss, anyone could have missed. I wasn't expecting that. Did I misread the sign? Your hand slipped into mine. I wasn't expecting that. You spent the night in my bed. You woke up and you said, I wasn't expecting that. I thought love wasn't meant to last. I thought you were just passing through. If I ever get the nerve to ask, what did I get right to deserve somebody like you? I wasn't expecting that. It was only a word, it was almost misheard. I wasn't expecting that. But it came without fear. A month turned into a year, and I wasn't expecting that. I thought love wasn't meant to last. Honey, I thought you were just passing through. If I ever get the nerve to ask, what did I get right to deserve somebody like you? I wasn't expecting that. Oh no. Oh, and isn't it strange how life can be changed in the flicker of the sweetest smile? We were married in spring. You know I wouldn't change a thing without that innocent kiss. What a life I'd have missed if you not took a chance on a little romance when I wasn't expecting that. Time doesn't take long. 3 kids up and gone. I wasn't expecting that. When the nurses they came, said it's come back again, I wasn't expecting that. And then you closed your eyes, you took my heart by surprise, and I wasn't expecting that.
Just mind-blowingly good, man. Ridiculously good.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And Jamie, thank you for both Jamies. Thank you. Riva, you want to take us home here?
Absolutely. I'll take you home. Thank you, everybody, for joining. That was absolutely fantastic. I know it's meant a lot to Jeff and I, and I'm sure it means a huge amount to the Roundhouse who we're supporting tonight. Again, I'm going to put the link to where you can donate underneath this video here, but please do visit www.roundhouse.org.uk, and you can follow the link to donate there, or check out Jeff or my personal Instagram pages, and you can follow the link.
And the online Songwriters Circle page.
Songwriters Circle as well, which we set up this week. So Jeff and I will be back with more of this in the coming weeks, and we're going to be moving a recording of this over to the YouTube page. Sorry again for it not going live on there at the same time as here, but you can watch that back within the hour. And again, we'll be putting all links to tonight under that video. So again, thanks so much, guys.
Nice.
Thanks for having
you
us.
all. Everyone stay safe and takes this seriously, and let's get through this, and we can all hang out together and have fun again together.
Big love.
Yes.
For everybody
Thank
watching.
you.
Thanks for stories.
Thanks everyone
Take
for
care.
watching. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.